Good morning, this is Mike Houston with your Wednesday morning hazard briefing for Southeast Idaho. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we have a broad ridge across the region with clouds migrating through the flow. Further upstream, we see a low pressure system moving through the Gulf towards the northwest states. As we advance to our forecast charts this afternoon, that ridge beginning to migrate east of the divide, with the clouds beginning to spread into southeast Idaho, ahead of that low pressure system now working into the coastal waters here during the afternoon, with precipitation spreading into at least western Washington and Oregon during the afternoon hours. Looking at our high temperatures for today, generally in the low 70s here, so fairly warm for this time of year for southeast Idaho, for the eastern Magic Valley and the lower Snake River Plain, and then generally in the 60s here in the Central Mountains, upper Snake River Plain, and eastern highlands. Jumping ahead on our forecast charts to Thursday afternoon, we see that low pressure system now spreading in across Idaho with accompanying precipitation working through the region. Most of the precipitation will be focused to the central and eastern mountains, where we are expected to see snow levels generally running 6,500 to 7,500 feet. So we will see some accumulation of snow in the central mountains and eastern highlands, generally less than 3 inches at this point. Looking at the forecast highs for Friday, as that low pressure system works east of the region, we should see afternoon high temperatures dropping below normal for this time of year, generally running here in the upper 40s and 50s across the region. As we jump ahead now on our forecast charts to Friday, we see that low pressure system now pushing well east of the region, but a pretty flat and moist westerly flow across the area, which will allow us to see at least some shower activity here in the central mountains and eastern highlands, predominantly in these upslope regions. Not expecting much in the way of accumulations there, maybe an additional inch, with snow levels dropping to around 6,000 feet during the day there on Friday. In addition to the added precipitation up into the central mountains, we will see gusty winds throughout the Snake River Plain, possibly seeing wind advisory conditions here during the afternoon hours, predominantly here across the Arco Desert. Here we are looking at wind gusts of generally 30 to 40 miles per hour through the Snake River Plain. Advancing to Saturday, we see another low pressure system reaching the coast, and as that system spreads inland through the day, we expect to see snow levels dropping to 5,500 feet across the region. So primarily rain down here in the Snake River Plain, and above 5,500 feet snow. And in fact, accumulations throughout the storm period for Saturday and Saturday night, we may see warning level amounts here in the central mountains of 6 to 12 inches, and a little lighter amounts here across the eastern highlands, but maybe warranting an advisory once we get out to that time frame here a little later in the week. Certainly down here in the Snake River Plain, generally not expecting much in the way of any precipitation, at least in the lower valley, maybe seeing upwards of an inch here across some of the desert areas during the time frame with that trough pushing through the region. That low pressure system pushes east of the region by Sunday. Snow levels generally dropping to 5,000 feet across the region. Still seeing some scattered snow showers here in the central mountains and certainly the upslope regions of the eastern highlands, but accumulations aren't expected to produce much in that region. That's all I had for you here this morning. If you had any comments or questions, you can go ahead and give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.